Welcome back to Tonight? It is still tonight, of course.
Welcome back to tonight.
Welcome back to tonight.
Unless you're watching this in the morning. So welcome back to morning.
Welcome back to tonight's episode, or to the morning episode. Whatever time you're watching this, welcome back to the episode.
You can obviously probably tell that we're filming this at night, because that is
yeah.
how it is.
Absolutely. Yes, it is so. No, that happened. Welcome back to tonight's episode of Blades in the Dark, the Blackwater Exchange. You have decided on a plan. You're going to try and kill someone. Surprise.
In a roundabout way.
What do you want to do? What is the plan?
So the plan is to... So we now have some evidence that the lab is probably still where we thought it was, which is at the mansion which Horth originally had his party and put on his big display of wireless electricity, which we messed up. We sort of like made a bit of an embarrassment out of him.
You did.
We need to kill...
It was funny though, wasn't it?
Yes.
We need to kill someone who's under his patronage, which is a woman called Una, who is a prominent scientist in electroplasm studies, who is basically trying to root out a conspiracy or a government conspiracy with electroplasm, in that she believes is a more efficient way of using it.
You've been asked to kill her from a Harvale Brogan.
Who's sort of like our patron, who keeps paying us and doing things to us for killing people.
You haven't heard from him for quite a while.
No.
Last time he was very aggressive to Merrick because...
That's because I was very aggressive to him, in fairness.
Yeah, we sort of fell out with him a little bit. But we're gonna try and kill Una, basically. Thadeus does not like it at all. He thinks it's a waste of a good brain and a lot of information.
Yeah, I mean, she's mid-20s, she's very young, she's a prodigy, she's literally a genius. The word is overused, but she isn't. It's not overused for her, she's a genius. And
the way Thadeus, at least, is sort of allowing this to happen in his own brain, or what's the word for justifying it in his own head, is that he's going to... Basically, the way we want to kill her is by tinkering with some equipment she'll be working on, the experimental process she'll be working on, and basically try and get it to catastrophically fail. So either an explosion or like some discharge of energy back to the person, maybe like take out the grounding or something like that, in order to hurt her. At the same time, he's going to basically fuck up all of von Drakenberg's machines, hopefully either by tinkering it so it blows up, or tinkering with it so it's unfixable, basically.
Yeah.
That's how he's justifying it, is that he's getting a hit back at Horth for embarrassing him out in a radiant light field.
I think the way we're going to go about that is by sneaking into the mansion.
Yes.
So we're going to disguise ourselves as technicians.
I mean, last time it worked very well. We disguised ourselves as government inspectors.
I don't know if that would work here as well, but
probably not.
We can try.
Probably not. Oh, I've got a good idea for a flashback, but we'll leave it until we do. Actually, I'll mention it now because it might affect our engagement role, which we are notoriously bad at.
Yeah. We do not have sheer luck.
When the clerks were showing me the details about the electroplasm deliveries to sort of like curb my interest, I suppose, and my mind about that, did I see a delivery plan, or like when the next delivery is due?
No, it was more signed delivery notice.
And when was the last one done? And the one before? Or did I see anything like that?
I've been about 3 days ago.
And when was the last one before that? So I
didn't see that one.
Oh, right.
It was like the most recent documents he had at the hand.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah, it was dated 3 days prior.
So we've been in that lab before. Can Thadeus attempt to do a judgment to see when he feels like the amount of electroplasm they've got there, when the next one might be? Make a wild stab at it? Or would that be too much of a stretch?
It would be very difficult to know. It would probably be no effect, to be honest, because you had a look in there, but you don't know what she was doing. At the time, it was... Yeah, it'd be very difficult to say.
Okay.
To kind of be able to guess when it was.
Okay. Okay.
I mean, unless you want to just literally observe and wait.
No, I'm good. Okay. Should we try to sneak in at night, like when everyone won't be working? I suppose that's the best plan, isn't it?
Yep.
So while Crow's Foot is under siege from the Bluecoats and every scoundrel and criminal is having the doors kicked in, and people are being arrested left, right, and centre and brought.
We are staying away from
You guys are staying away from Crow's Foot for the next couple of days.
Yeah.
Okay, and heading over to Brightstone.
Yes.
Cool. So your plan is to sneak in. So the sneak stealth.
Yes.
And the point of detail is the entrance is.
I guess we should probably survey the mansion before we go in.
Yeah, fair. Yeah.
I'll do a survey roll to see where a back entrance is, or like like a loading bay,
Yeah.
or something like that. I suppose. Find a good place to go in. A 3.
You only see one way in across through the grounds, which is through the entry into last time, which is the main gates. It's a walled estate,
Right. Okay.
and there's one road in, one road out.
Okay.
Does the wall look at all climbable, or like is there any part of it that's not? That's a bit more like
Yeah, it's quite
remote, like.
I mean, the back of it is probably the quietest area because it's like one of those big estates where you've got multiple houses like it. So you've got the main road that goes between it,
Yeah.
and then they're kind of like back to back. So it's got a large garden. If you went along the edge of the wall around the back, it is partially on the bluff that overlooks part of the city, being where it is in Brightstone. Yeah, it's up on the bluffs, on the rivers, so it would be a little bit of a climb if you were to climb up it.
Well, I could probably use my.
We could bring climbing gear, or.
I can use my wrecking tools and just basically saw through the railings.
Oh, sorry, it's a flat stone.
It's a
Sorry,
flat
it's not
stone.
flat.
Right, okay.
Yeah, it's a flat stone.
Okay, we'll probably have to take some climbing gear then.
So I think the pointed approach is like
Just over the wall.
sneaking over the wall at the back.
Yeah, sounds good. What load are you taking?
I will take normal.
I'll also take normal.
Normal. Cool. 1 dice for sheer luck for engagement roll. Is it a bold plan?
Is it me?
I mean, most of your plans are quite bold. It's very simple. You sneak in.
We gonna blow stuff up.
Yeah, break in, fuck the place up, leave. So take 2 dice for that. Is it contingent on many factors? Is it over complex? No, not particularly. Each major advantage. I'd give you 1 because you've been there before and you know partly what.
But it is a heavily policed area.
It is a heavily policed area.
Horth, I'm guessing, has put some sort of ideas into security.
Yeah, definitely. So that's a -1. I always just stack them up individually. See how people do it? It's like Dan does it one at a time, and I stack them up all in one go.
Yeah.
I mean, we're going to get heat for doing a score here anyway.
Yeah, and it counts as hostile turf because he's a noble.
Yeah.
I think 2 dice seems fair.
2 dice.
Unless you've got anything else you guys wish to pre, but I don't think. I think the security's quite tight here, so it'd take a lot to overcome it.
Mm-hmm.
The advantage you guys, of course, is 1, you know what you want to do, you've been there before and they don't know you're coming.
Yeah.
That's what you've got going for you. But there is a lot of security counteracting some of that.
Yes.
Yeah, I don't think there's anything else. I don't think we can use anything
Try
else.
to roll 1 dice each.
1 dice each. Let's go.
Oh god!
3 and a
So
1!
when it starts, you're in desperate position.
Why is this always happening?
You're awful at engagement rolls. It's so funny. It's in a desperate position. Someone's getting an XP. Someone's getting an XP. In fact, let's have a look. Let's have a look. What has Horth got? He's a man of much money.
I've got an idea.
means.
What's your idea?
We have worn gardener's overalls. And we are tending the garden.
Halfway up the wall.
Loose stone up here. We don't kill her this time. I don't think we can.
Okay, that's
Oh,
definitely.
these roll.
That's definitely 1.
Should have rolled my dice. Look, it's good. No, it's not.
this is awful. It's like we're sitting awaiting our fate. It's like I imagine this is what it feels like on the way to the gallows.
Right.
Mascot is deck of many things.
Deck of many things.
About to draw 1. You did.
This makes perfect sense for Horth.
Yeah.
Can't read it.
When you get over the wall, as you're swimming across the ground, so it's a bit of a climb. As you got up the raised bluff before reaching the wall itself and going with that, so out of sight, you.
I'm guessing we need climbing gear.
Yeah.
Can you tick that off on yours? Because I think I've got more.
Well, if you got to break right.
Yeah, so I'll mark that off.
So Romina carries takes you to Brightstone, one of the main across the main bridges, and then takes you off the main roads. Well, all the roads in Brightstone are quite large, and especially compared to like the cramped streets of Crow's Foot and Coleridge, this is one of the wealthiest parts of the town, and the area and the decor and the houses and the streets and everything about it reflects that. It also, of course, is far quieter this time of evening, which, one, it can help you because it's quieter, but two, it makes nefarious activity stand out. So you do come to what is the bottom of the quietest area you can find around a horse manor, which is the bottom of one of the hillsides where the road kind of cuts down right at the back of it. But it's whilst one of the biggest climbs, it's one of the quietest. You do make your way up and over the wall, and as soon as you get over that wall, you are ablaze in light, as can only be described as a spotlight turns and swivels directly on both of you. Suddenly you are literally in blinding light, perfectly seen on the grass grounds. What do you want to do? I feel like this is no longer a stealth mission. You have flashbacks, but that's where it starts.
Whereabouts is the light?
It looks to be coming from the house itself.
I can't flash back to that.
So it's like, what, is there someone there holding the light, or
You can't see it.
directing the light? We just
You can't see. You got over the wall, maybe 5 steps.
Okay, I'm going to do a flashback.
Okay.
Earlier in the day, I made earlier in the week, I've developed a silencer for Scope's gun.
Okay.
So I will spend a coin to do a downtime activity.
Okay.
And I will roll, what tier is it, do you think, to do a silencer? Because it's an upgrade to an existing item, so...
Silencer, for a rifle, I think it'd be 6 tier clock, this one.
6?
6, I think it'd be 6. The reason I think 6 is because her weapon's quite specialist. It's not just any rifle. And we're talking about a flintlocking kind of time here. Not completely flintlocking, powder and flintlock, but not far beyond that either.
Okay.
Silencer. Let's check something. Let's see what the book recommends or something like that. Because I'm torn between a 6 and a 4. It's a minimum 4.
Yeah.
But you can't do a 5, so it is a 6. A fair example of that where it's crafting. I've got it here.
There's a page for upgrades.
Yeah, by the final item. Significant modification or a simple but useful. A simple one example is a rifle that breaks down into 2. Oh no! Adding a feature, you don't need to invent a special, you just make a crafting roll.
Yeah, that's right.
Oh, sorry, yeah, it's just a crafting roll. Yeah, yeah.
So I just need a tier level, really?
Yeah, so yeah, I totally got that wrong in my mistake on that one. So her rifle is tier 3, you need tier 4.
I need tier 4.
Yeah, to modify it and make it work, it would need to be a tier 4 modification.
So you need to get a 6 and then 29.
Well, I get a +1 result level
Okay.
because of the artificer, I'm guessing. It's a sparkcraft.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it's work.
And I get +1 for the workshop as well.
Okay, so a 6 will do it.
A 6 will do it, yeah. Alright, I'm tinkering, so it's 2 roll. 5. But we can spend a coin to make it up, so we'll spend another coin to...
Okay, so now I'm marking that Scope's rifle is silenced.
Yeah. spell silence. And as that light comes on it, I'm going to attempt to basically swing the gun off my back and try and shoot the light out.
Okay. What action taking with this?
It will be a nurse hunt. I don't know, the light's stationary. It's a long shot. Probably. How far?
Maybe like 50 or so meters.
Yeah, probably a hunt.
Risky standards. Oh no, it's got to be desperate.
It's got to be desperate.
Because you shoot into a blind and light, so it's probably desperate anyway. Yeah.
A stress for this flashback?
Yeah. Yeah, one stress.
Desperate
roll, expert.
Hunt. Yeah.
Yeah, it's going to be desperate. You're doing this into a blind and light while having just been caught. You are not.
Any extra effect for how good the gun is, or do I have to train with it to reap those rewards?
So, Scope's rifle's a well-made item.
Yeah.
But what made her so deadly was her.
Okay.
She was an excellent marksman.
So I got 1. I'm going to push myself for 2.
But it's like far less likely to break down,
4.
that kind of thing. You know, and for consequences, it's less likely to go. 4, so you do it. But you do it with a consequence. You do indeed do it. And the light shatters, and you are suddenly back in darkness. However, you do hear the shouts and cries of the guards that have clearly been alerted. And you now see a couple more lights flash on and suddenly start dragging across the grass. Across the grounds, clearly looking for any other druids and yourselves. So currently you're in darkness, but you see 1, you hear shouts and calls, and 2, there are more lights switching on.
Yeah, so we just need to get out of this area now. We just need to prowl away.
Prowl away, yeah. That's it.
Are we both going to prowl? Is that a group action?
You can do it separately, or you can do it as a group.
I've got 1 prowl.
I've got 2. Should we do it as a group?
We'll do it as a
that
group,
way we
yeah.
either all succeed or all fail.
Okay.
So Merrick lead them.
I am leading, so I get a 2.
So 1 stress.
You're giving it. Oh my goodness.
1 stress.
No!
Wow!
And 2 stress for Merrick. Both PCs, highest rolls are 1 to 3. It was a risky stand, by the way.
Yeah.
Wow.
With that, oh guys, this is not going well.
We're going to resist this. It's fine.
You're going to resist it. I love it. You resist those consequences. Resist those consequences.
Just tell me what it is. Tell me what the consequence is.
I mean, guys, I think the obvious one here is that as soon as you're walking along, those you haven't got far, those lights find you again. They're sweeping wide areas across it. And suddenly, one, just as you run across, you're trying to avoid, you're trying to predict where it's going to be, moves there, and the odds zigzagging it. But you zag when you should have zigged. And you zig when you should have zagged.
That's always the problem.
It's always zig when you should have zagged.
As I see the light coming towards me,
Yeah.
I throw out a snap crack into a bush nearby.
Yeah.
Which sort of cracks out like a loud sound. It's not like an explosion or anything like it. Basically, It's just like a like one of those things you throw on the ground, which just cracks, but obviously a louder noise, something like that.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll try and do that and resist the consequence.
So you're resisting.
Yeah.
You'll definitely hear some shouts and cries. Some guards will go towards that. You're resisting the effect of the light, so yeah, go ahead. The light suddenly, whether drawn to sound or not, or possibly the flash of it, but the light immediately is pulled over towards that.
I'll just click off a bandolier slot,
Cool.
like a grenade or something like that. 6.
No stress.
See, these are the good numbers we need to be getting.
Yeah, you can always resist now. In fact, this resist a lot of things.
I mean, I rolled 2 resistance roll with 5 dice, and I got stressed for both times before. So
Yeah.
let's do one. It's not a guarantee. Okay.
Okay.
You also hear shouts that someone wants you. They're in the searching the grounds. Now, while you might not have an immediate effect of where you are, they are searching the grounds. You're also still on the ground because avoiding the lights means you can't run for the house.
Yeah.
That's the first thing that the lights are particularly checking that.
Are there any more covered areas like trees, bushes?
Yeah, there are some. You've got the hedgerow. You've got a few hedgerows that are on the alongside the pathways. There's a few benches. There's a fountain in the back as well. The marble, a couple of statues around it. But there's no heavily wooded areas per se. This is definitely one of those kind of gardens or large rear gardens, very large, for lounging, enjoying the sun. Well, what was once the sun. And a lot of the grass and stuff here is artificial, or is learned to cope with the very limited light.
Yeah.
Space is a luxury in Doskvol, and the fact that it's got a garden of 50 metres is huge to everyone as well.
Having known that we are so bad at stealth missions, I think we probably would have prepared maybe like a distraction. Okay. So we're going to use one of our thugs basically to we told him beforehand that if you hear guard shouts, we want you to vault the wall and basically start shooting at them or shooting near them, not at them, but basically to try and distract attention away from us and onto them. Yeah. So like sort of like a shoot, take cover, retreat sort of thing, and retreat over the wall when you or don't shoot until you get shot at. We'll say that first of all. Yeah. Don't shoot until you get shot at, but if they start shooting, then basically try and protect yourself, but get back over the wall as if they've seen you.
From a different angle?
Yeah. It's from like further around the house. So we came in here, they'll come over there and like basically try and draw attention away from us.
And then hopefully we can use that time to just get up to the other side of the house.
One stress?
No, I don't think it's stress for that one. Okay. It's your gag. Telling them to do this is perfectly reasonable.
So obviously there's two of them because it's two of us.
Yeah, one is the they got the front they would hear the noise and the shouts and the lights, can see the lights go on, all that fun stuff. They immediately hop over the fence, and it's not long before you feel and hear that there is definitely something going on at the front of the house now. Okay, it definitely takes some attention.
Okay, cool.
What's your gang's flaw?
It's loyal.
Yeah.
Well, that's not a flaw. And principle to Grossfoot.
That's principle, yes.
So they're not savage.
Yeah, so they start hacking apart. Yeah, no. They're principle.
Unless someone starts slagging off Grossfoot,
So they'll follow your orders. They're not going to go off on their own thing here. Yeah. Okay. Cool. Yeah.
Can I study the grounds to try and find an entrance to the house?
Certainly.
I'll use Scope's rifle. I'm guessing the house is lit up around.
Absolutely. It's like anyone inside they want lights.
Yeah. Shall I do that?
Yeah, probably best.
Survey, probably.
Okay, yeah, risky standard at the moment. It's not low and less desperate with everything that's going on, but you're definitely not controlled.
Any devil's bargains?
You won't take. I don't think you'll take. But
try me.
I want to hear it.
You find you spot, but you're also spotted. So you find the way in, but you get caught. No. You find the best way in, but
it's one dice.
Yeah.
This is bullshit.
The best way in.
Survey. It's a survey. So what's the position effect?
Risky standard.
4.
4. You do it with the consequence. The house is on lockdown, and you do see. So you see many of, like you're looking through, you see window curtains being drawn, so no one can see what's inside. You see various figures moving about inside, and doors, you can literally hear them being locked and bolted. But there is one rear entrance. Yeah, I'd like to prepare for this. Yeah. This is almost like a lockdown now. You get the idea that this is not, something like this was almost expected. Or they seem prepared for it if not expected. Mm-hmm. But you see the double doors that lead out back are open. But there are 2 people either side of it, dressed in dark clothing, similar to the clothing you seen when you were attacked at the in Coleridge.
Okay, I'll signal to Merrick to move up and try and get around the side of them, and I'll signal that I'll shoot the one to the left when he gets close, and you take the one on the right. Is there opportunity for him to sneak close, or would they see people coming?
So they try and do a prowl when it's still dark. You don't like that. Or I think prowl's the one that draws at me. I mean, I should.
Yeah, that makes sense.
But it's whatever you want to do. However, you tell me how you do it. But I think prowl seems the obvious one.
I think I'm just prowling up to get around the side. Yeah.
Yeah, risky standard.
2 dice. That's 6.
So yeah, you do it.
Finally.
What's going on? They seem. you're dressed in dark clothing. They can't see out back, and as the lights just kind of sweeping around, you can see that they're alert. But if their eyes are naturally following the lights, the searchlights, as opposed to seeing the movement. And as you stick along the clock quite low in the hedgerow, you crawl, and you know he's got the long scope. You only have to get close enough to get a decent shot, not close enough to execute him. So you get close enough, or you feel you're close enough. You're still several meters away, but you feel that you're confident that you got a good shot here.
As I see Merrick in the bush, I'll centre my sights on the one on the left, and I'll aim to take him out.
Cool. Are you doing a group action or firing separately?
Well, it's not going to be the same action is the only thing, because mine's going to be more like a hunt because it's long distance, whereas Merrick's a bit more close combat.
Choice,
so
you can run for a skirmish.
I can't really command or anything like that from this distance. Attack!
Shout, doing something dead loud. Yeah, shoot him!
No, I'm just going to do a hunt roll to take
cool, out so let's see what you're on. So you fire, Merrick will hear this, and let's see how... well, you won't hear it, but he'll see it.
Yes.
Possibly. So wait, risky standards, because you're definitely still not controlled.
Don't like all this dress. Oh well, one dice it. This is going to go badly. It's a 3.
It's a 3. The consequence here... You don't kill him. You hit him, but you don't kill him. So you see the guy now, not possibly used to the marksman's rifle. I suppose you're a soldier.
Yeah.
You're used to using rifles, but this thing using a scope and account for wind direction, that kind of thing.
Makes sense.
Even at small range, range like this, short range. And as you fire, it just hits him square in the chest, but it's not an instant kill. And you see on the beige white of the house, just the red appearance there behind him, and as he drops and slides to the ground, you see this fellow turn to him and lets out a shout.
I've got to resist. I've got to resist, and the way I'm going to do it is I'm going to quickly reload, take some stress on to basically get a bullet into the chamber, and I'm going to, as he's opened his mouth, I'm just going to take a shot through his
so you
head.
See the other guy turn now, and the other guy's just starts sliding down the wall as he's been hit, but he's not dead. And you see the other guy turn and starts about to cry out.
Or at least give him an opening to attack. So I don't know how you want to play this, because I don't feel like I should be able to take 2 shots that quickly, but maybe distract the guy from shouting.
I'd be aiming to fire as you did your first shot, right? So I'd probably do my.
I think the resist here, the way to do it, it would be a desperate roll, because you're not aiming. It's going to be a quick. And you're going to have to be, it's ball action, it's going to be a quick pull back.
Right, so if I resist and then do a desperate roll to shoot?
I think that seems fair.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, your one is more controlled. But your shot is going to be limited, because you're not going to be able to draw a quick bead on this. It's going to be limited desperate for you.
So mechanically what we're doing, the resist is specifically for the shouting?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Would it be best for you to resist? Because I can't really do anything other than shoot him, because I'm at long distance, so I don't see how in the fiction I could stop him from shouting other than shooting him, which is, again, a resist roll than a desperate action. Maybe the best thing to do would be to either let him shout or you shout, or you do the resist roll.
Yeah, can I resist your consequences though? I couldn't try and shoot him, but
you could resist the consequence of the roll.
Consequence of the roll, yeah. What do you think?
Especially because also with this, you did this kind of as a tandem, right? It was that guy. So I think it seems that you could resist and seems fair. As you see the consequences about to happen, you dive in to accept the consequence or try and stop them.
Yeah, I only have 3 dice.
Only 3 dice.
But I will resist by just I see he's not quite dead.
3 dice. Because it's 2 plus the 1, of course. Yeah. I'd say don't do something on the 4th one, but absolutely.
I'm going to resist the shooting by just by just shooting him.
Okay, mark off a gun.
I've got a pistol.
Bear in mind the pistol cast will be a loud bang.
Yes.
That's fair.
Unless you got throwing knives or something like that. Just another option.
Finesse is a good.
I think if you try and resist the noise, the bang of the gun is going to be quite loud.
Yeah.
That's what I'm thinking. But you have silent weapons, right? You're a scoundrel. Throwing knives are not unusual.
Yeah, I will use throwing knives then. I think I've done like that before with throwing knives. So yeah,
I love seeing Merrick.
I'll just try and
I love
take
seeing
smoke.
Merrick under stress.
Yeah.
It so rarely happens.
I don't
It's
like
great.
it. I don't like this.
We're
It's
scoundrels,
like
we
an
need to
old-
be in danger.
This is like an old Merrick's a controlled one. Like I can imagine Merrick being like, literally get knife gun. I don't like this. I don't like this. I can literally see that I'm not in control.
Oh God, he's not. Yeah, I've got it.
I'm not in control of this situation. I can't talk my way out of this.
Have a conversation.
Yeah.
So this is a resist roll. With
So the resist
or is this
roll.
gonna be a finesse?
So the resist roll is going to open up the action roll.
Okay.
So resist to see how well you resist, but by the act of resisting, it's allowing you to jump in way because you're going to distract him at the very least. So even if you fuck up the roll,
I can take the next roll then, if he resists. Or not.
someone can.
Oh,
but
right, okay.
basically, resistance here is someone's got to. Oh, sorry, no, tell them. Whoever resists is going to get the action.
Yeah.
Because they're the one doing something to stop him.
Okay, yeah.
So like either you throw a knife or a bullet comes, but as he's going, something's gonna happen to him by one of you, which is gonna block the consequence.
Yes, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll resist.
Like if I was shouting and a knife come at me, suddenly I'm gonna be more concerned. As much as I'm concerned about my friend, right now if I'm getting shot or if something's getting thrown at me, I'm gonna, my natural instinct is self-preservation,
Yeah.
and then get my friend.
Okay. I'll resist with prowess then.
Okay.
Yes.
6.
Bam.
No consequences. What's the problem? So
I thought that was a 1. I swear to God, I thought that was a 1. I thought I was just
I
like.
did wonder. I was
I'm
like,
out of
you
it.
were so disappointed.
Yeah,
Why are you
I
so
thought-
disappointed?
I thought that was a 1.
sick.
I hate your Cobra dice.
That's a normal dice. The 6 is a different. Is a
I
different.
was like,
symbol.
my God, that's like so. Why is he upset
Yeah,
about this?
Why do you think
thought
I
that was
was?
a 1.
Why do you think I was celebrating? Yes.
I'd love to see the heart
Merrick
rate.
is out of the score.
Can you get a heart rate monitor on this? This would be amazing.
I mean, maybe.
Like, that would be so good.
You've resisted it successfully.
Oh,
We need
God.
that. I'm making a note of that. We want a heart rate monitor. I actually want a heart rate monitor in this
On
game.
all Guild of Gaming videos.
Yeah, heart
of
rate
course.
monitor. That'd be so funny. Right.
Okay.
So your
Knife has
roll.
been thrown.
Yeah, desperate.
Desperates.
Yeah, you're closest. Yours because yours was the bolt action pull back was desperate limited. Yours will be desperate standard.
Okay. This is going to be finesse.
Okay. You are going toe to toe now. Oh, sorry. I'm giving you the thing before you chose, but yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, as we play more, I begin to anticipate what you're going to do.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Any devil's bargains on this?
That was bargains on this.
Because I've got 1 dice.
The guy's knocked dead on the floor.
Yeah, I'll give you one. I'll give you one.
Oh man.
Oh man.
Oh man, I'm gonna give him
You have an urge to cut yourself with the knife before you throw it. You tick, but it will give you supernatural aim.
Yes.
You tick that.
Swords
you-
taken.
Yeah,
He's
you
gonna
tick
get
that
taken.
tater
one. I am so taking
You
that.
tick that tater clock with a 4.
How many? 1?
One tick on
1
it.
tick. Right, I'm taking that.
Yeah. You have this urge to something, you just do it and you just cut yourself and it gives you
Yes.
supernatural aim. Or some better aim.
Yes.
You fail now. You got supernatural aim. Come on.
You just feel that something take over you again, like you felt last time, and you just feel like you can do this.
All right, let's go. Finesse.
Yes, 4. Come on.
4 to 5.
So yeah, you do it. You do it. Consequence here is take level 1 harm. Of cut palm, you cut it deeper than you expected. Like as you started to cut, it kind of felt good. It kind of felt really good, and you went, and rather than just like dragging it, you hacked it across your palm.
Tainted.
So yeah.
You had to take that.
Is
as
Merrick
well.
left or right-handed?
Right.
Right, so his left palm's the one that's bleeding.
Mhm.
Okay.
So it won't affect him too much unless he has to use both hands for something.
Unless we need to not leave a trace.
Yeah, actually, no, Tracy. Yeah, right now it's gushing blood, yeah.
Yeah.
And yeah, so as the guy goes to shout out, you catch him in the jaw, and yeah. it's
I'll
not
make
nice.
my way up to Merrick,
Okay.
and I'll drag the body on the left into the bush.
Okay.
And then I'll make my way to the back door.
The lights in this house now are fully on.
I feel like doing like a Scooby Doo and like getting in their
I'll,
Hitman Agent 47, they magically fit.
yeah.
I'll conceal the body on the right and then also make my way in. So yeah, we want to get as far into this place as possible if we can call. So we're wearing technicians gear.
Yeah.
So
With masks.
do we know this part of the building? Would we know
No,
have
you've
idea?
not been to this side, but you come in the very much come in the front.
Okay.
But
I'll make.
you have a rough idea from the size of it, probably where you should be headed. Just because you did go into the machinery room last time, or one of them.
Can I make a roll to better centre myself
Yeah,
on the
that makes
location of
sense
the building and sort of give us a better chance of finding
Yeah,
out
well,
where
actually,
it-
do I take that?
Probably I think it's going to be a survey.
I said survey,
Yeah, it's not a study.
Yeah, risky standard. Again, it's not desperate. It's not controlled. Standard effect. You may do it. You may well be doing
Sort of remember the route we came in. And
limited seems unfair. Grade's too powerful for this. So risky standard.
Yeah, I'll just take one dice. Ooh, that was a 6.
I see that. Yeah, 4. You do the consequence.
I caught myself on a damn throwing.
You learn where you are by going the wrong way.
Right, so it's going to take us a bit more time to get there.
Yeah, absolutely. As you are thinking, okay, well, we know it's quite a large room. The hall was at the front. We know what that is. We know how long that is, how wide it is. We know there's a corridor going down the back, which led to that. So it must be opposite ends, right? It must be quite symmetrical. Oh, this doesn't go anywhere.
Okay. In that case, I think we'll do a
So
group.
you head into sort of the servants' quarters, who have suddenly looks like they've cleared out in a hurry.
Right.
As there is no one here, but beds are turned, clothing is scattered. It's like it's a dorm room of 6 beds, and you quickly realise, oh, this is not the way. But it's turned you around, so now you know where you are, but it's taking you longer because of it. You have to double back as you are going, and it's very much the typical mansion of you're at the Bria is the servants' rooms without being seen. You know,
I'm guessing the kitchens are near the servants' rooms as well, aren't they?
Yes, they are.
In that case, I'm going to.
And a lot of this back entrance, where a lot of deliveries get taken place, it's all the stuff that the nobles don't want to see, or those of wealth don't want to see. The household, the run of the household. The front is the veneer.
Yeah.
This is where the
I'm gonna put
class live and work.
I'm gonna put a timer on a smoke grenade and put it in the oven.
Of course. Why? Of course. I should have seen this coming when you were in the kitchen. Yes. I like it. I like it. As you open up, there is some food being cooked.
For about for about 10 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
I think I'll put the timer on for about 10 minutes.
Okay.
And then I'm guessing we want to prowl to the workshop or the laboratory.
Yeah, and you can. It's risky. Then you can hear the risk. The reason it's not desperate now is because you can hear the shouts and cries of the guards and the movement. The move, go before you see them. Now you're inside the house. You feel like you've penetrated probably the exterior of the perimeter where they're guarding, but there are still most of them have gone out. Your thugs.
They're
are
not really being
away.
that sneaky inside. So you can hear them coming.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
I'm gonna take like a.
So you have like a bit of an early warning, but they, of course, they know the house without you. So you're about into the moment you can hear them, but they're actually into the house.
I'm gonna take some rags from the kitchen and bandage my hand.
Okay. Yeah, you notice now that Merrick's hand's quite badly caught.
How did you do that?
Just cut myself on one of my damn throwing knives.
While throwing it.
Getting it out. Whatever. Like,
Come on,
it's not important.
Let's go. We need to get to the lab. Should we do a group action prowl?
Let's do it.
I will lead, I suppose, on the one less stress.
Okay. Yeah.
Well, prowl. You're on 2 prowl.
I've got 2 prowl.
Okay, so the way I lead it is just basically
It's not gonna help.
because he was schmoozing during the party. When we had the party, I made quite a few exits of the ballroom. Went to the toilet, stuff like that. I was looking around, that's why I'll lead this action. Okay. 6. And no fails.
Mine was a 3-4, so
No stress. Your highest being the 4, so yes, it's pass. You do it.
we both pass.
So yeah, as you prowl, you do indeed get to the large machinery room you were in last time. This long, thin room with the generators all down the middle and then the machinery on the sides.
Right.
And as you come in this way now, you see there are doors which got the other end you didn't see before. You come through the front entrance. Now at the back, you see there are doors going off either sides, which lead to other rooms where you can hear and see how the machinery. The noise is quite loud in here, and it is obscuring your ability to hear the guards.
Yeah, that makes sense. I want to do a study roll.
Okay.
When we went to Una's factory before, obviously they were working on some machinery then. I want to try and connect the dots really and see if there's any similar machinery here, if she's working on her experiments that she was doing here, or any, I guess, evidence of her work really.
Certainly. Which action was that?
Probably a survey again, probably.
Okay, yeah, taking the general
surroundings. Or maybe a study if I can see anything immediately in the room. I don't know if there's any like papers or...
I think this is going to be risky limited. You can do it.
Yeah.
It's going to be hard about spending a bit of time on the machines.
Okay. In that case, can I do a study roll to see if something were to be tinkered with, what would generate the most catastrophic effect?
You can certainly do that, yeah, and that would be a risky standard.
Okay, and I will do a study roll because I feel like I'm looking more in detail at things that I'd know what to look at, basically.
Yeah, like I don't understand that. Oh, I know what that is.
Yeah,
Focus on what you do know. Yeah.
Risky standard.
Yeah.
Okay, 2 dice. Study. A 6 and a 1. I'm rolling 6s tonight. Damn. That's what it's about.
You actually rolled a lot of cobras.
Yeah, there are a few covers now.
Do you want me to use different dice?
No, I love them. I have no problem with them. I'm not the one
I
rolling
am
them.
suspicious.
But I'm not the one rolling.
I rolled a 6 and a 1. That one keeps rolling 1. That one keeps rolling 6. You can...
So yeah. So as you go up and down, you've messed with this before, and as you're actually looking at it, you can see that some steps have been taken to prevent the overloads the last time.
Oh yeah,
You
yeah.
can see, okay, yeah, you can see they've put a couple of capacitors and they've diverted some of the energy. It's like, oh, that's quite clever. Shame it won't fix this. And you start like you can just rip some of this stuff out inside. You can melt a few wires. You know enough of this machinery and Sparkcraft of where you can overload it and where the load points are, metaphorically speaking, and how to cut off that foundation.
So can I do a tinker roll to see the effect of that?
What's the effect you want to achieve?
Basically,
immediate or in time. It'll be hard to judge anything over time because you don't know how much energy is passing through these things.
True.
But you could go, right, I know that, it could be, depending how much usage this gets, but at some point soon, whether that's hours or days, you're not sure, it's going to go.
I feel like...
As long as the safety checks aren't in place.
Yeah.
To keep checking it. Which, to be fair to Horth, you'd know he wouldn't probably where he is if there wasn't some stringent measures in place.
Yes. I think in that case then I wouldn't want something to happen over time. I'd probably want it to be more immediate. So I'd look to make it happen, as soon as possible.
So are you looking to cause an accident here when someone uses it, or are you looking to just fuck this machinery up?
So I don't know, obviously I don't know about the internals or anything like that. I don't know whether to break it if I could cause like an explosion or something like that to basically wreck the machinery in that manner, or to just make it dangerous. See, I probably want to make a big effect more than anything.
So the very nature of electroplasm is it is volatile.
Yeah.
And you could definitely have it to cause explosions, yeah, certainly, or to certainly cause some serious internal damage.
That's what I mean, because I can't basically predict when she's going to use it, but I can make a good estimation that she's going to be in the vicinity when it's next running. Yeah. So I'm going to make it volatile, explode.
Pulse out.
Yeah.
Okay, certainly. So you're removing all safety precautions. So you treat with it. So do you want it to happen right away that it starts getting damaged now?
No, the next time.
The next time it's used.
Yeah.
I'm with you. Okay.
Because I don't know. I'm assuming it's not dormant, but it's not being used if it's an experimental process.
Yes, I know what you mean. It's almost like an equivalent, I guess, like carbon. Like the next time the engine starts, it's going to go bang.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Sorry, I should have explained that a bit better.
Yeah, no, it's totally
like a carbon. That's a good analogy.
Yeah.
Okay.
Electroplasm carbon.
Electroplasm carbon.
Generator bomb. Yeah, absolutely. So risky standard.
Tinkering.
You've got tinkering.
I got fine tinkering tools.
Let me just check something actually. I think this will be great effect. Yeah, risky great.
Okay.
Because you are highly skilled at what you do. You are both, a Sparkcraft and an analyst and alchemist. Artificer and analyst.
I've got the fine tinkering tools as well, which is
I think all things considered, this is literally what you do. You make and you break things.
Okay.
You drink and you know. Tyrion drinks and know things. You make and you break things.
I will take an extra 2 stress to roll an extra dice.
I will give you a devil's bargain.
Ooh, okay.
Something a little more possibly esoteric. Something a little off out of left field.
Okay.
You will have nightmares about this act.
Didn't like that.
I feel like Thadeus is already regretting
That does play into the story quite well, and I sort of do like negative character traits. So
to give you a fair idea of what this means, your stress reduction will be halved.
My stress reduction will be halved. Okay, so when I roll to stress, okay, yeah, I'll take it.
Okay,
that's cool.
For the whole next, not just overall, but the next downtime as a whole, your stress reduction is halved.
Yeah, I'll take it.
As you can't get this out of your head of what did that do.
Yeah, no, that's really cool.
Yeah, that makes sense. That's cool.
That's cool. 3 dice, baby. Oh! 4.
He stopped using the cobras now.
I was trying to
he got a few 6. He's like, I pushed that as far as I can.
I was trying to prove a point.
No, I do roll.
No.
2 twos.
Okay, they do roll bad as well.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you deal with a consequence. So if you want to mark on your sheet here, and then near just some things that we know, I'll mark it down as well. So
nightmares.
Yeah, nightmares.
I'll put it on.
So I made that over as well. Nightmares, and you deal with a consequence. The consequence is it's leaking. You can see the ectoplasm leaking inside, which means someone who is observant or careful might spot this before it goes off. Before its use. You can take another roll to try and tidy up the sabotage.
Could I try and resist that roll?
Yes, I think resist that consequence, absolutely.
And the way I would do that is probably like try and think and remember whether I pack that extra.
Always be cleaning.
Yeah, pack that extra strong adhesive and patch basically my kit. I'm like rummaging around. I can't hear anything. There's it's loud in there, so I'd probably resist it that way.
Yeah, cool. Yeah, absolutely.
I'm keeping a lookout.
You see it happen, yeah.
Oh! Whoa! Whoa! Sounds too stressed.
Thaddeus.
Whoa!
It's getting to him. He's sitting in his brain. What am I doing? Why am I doing this?
He dies! I rolled my go. Whoa! Dice. I rolled 4 1s.
What am I doing?
That is a roll.
Oh wow!
Let's come back.
I feel like this is your karma, Thaddeus. This is your own self fighting against it. The good side of Thaddeus is like, don't do it, Thaddeus. Don't do it.
No, I get the gum adhesive, like flip out a patch it over. Like my hands are shaking.
It's such a temporary fix.
The nightmares have already started.
It's a temporary fix, but it's a fix.
Yeah.
And you only need to be temporary. You
exactly.
only need to be used once by the right person.
I'll motion to Merrick. It's done. I'll pat my hands like that.
Excellent.
And thumb out.
That's good out of here.
It's going to be quite the explosion when this goes off. Quite the bomb. Quite the boom.
That seems to be happening quite a bit.
It's a chain, like you can see it's a few things.
How long has it been since I put the grenade in?
It will have been about 10 minutes now.
The smoke starts like pouring out of the.
Yeah, to get through the house, tinker, get back. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, the smoke's off now.
Okay. We'll leave the. Do you want to leave the? Is there anything else you want to do?
I don't think so.
Something I would like to do. Can something make a fortune roll for your guys? Your guys, 2 dice.
To
see how well they fared. Just to see if they were, did they get shot at? Did they, how did they do for the assigned roll?
A 3 and a 1.
So they are going to take some damage.
Yes.
They're going to take some damage. So can you please mark it as there's 3 bars of it, right? What
Yeah, weak, impaired, and broken. So
weak. Yeah, your career, your cohorts. They've taken some shots. No one's died.
I think that's less effect. They have less effect.
Yeah.
It's similar to
level 1 harm. Yeah. So when you get back, you'll find out no one's died, but there's a few of them because they kept the distance, and those pistols aren't very good beyond 20 foot. But a few of them took some serious cut scrapes. Mm-hmm. There's a couple of them have been shot. Not like it's like kind of thing like they've been hit like there, and it's like it was a distance. It's sunk in. It's not enough to do an impact, but it's sunk in. Yeah. One of them's got a nasty dog bite. But yeah. So but that's separate. That's happened elsewhere right now.
I should have just turned the other up so the dinner burnt.
I did put that in there for you to see if you would just try and burn the food. This is like a fuck you. It's definitely ruined now.
Yeah.
On the way that smoke in there.
Unless they smoked whatever.
I just feel like I'll talk to Merrick on the way out. I'll say I just feel like we need to make. With that smoke bomb now, they sort of know someone got inside the house. That's my only thinking.
We are going to be the #1 suspects. Given recent events. We should try and clean up after ourselves.
Yeah, I feel like I don't want the smoke bomb to go off anymore.
So as you take it off, it's like, oh, yeah, it's that tear gas one.
Oh yeah, shit, yeah.
Yeah.
Can I make a tinker roll to try and stop it from excelling gas?
Trying to get hit by your own smoke bomb.
Fuck's sake.
Oh my god! Do you know what you're doing over there with that thing?
You are coughing and spluttering, and you are drawing some serious tension noises back with now.
I'm going to use my resist roll. I could stress out here.
Yeah, absolutely.
Again, trusty adhesive and plaster. I'm going to try and
like, you see, as you open it up, it's that, you know, when you open up like an oven and all they get that wave of heat, except it's a wave of your tear gas smoke. Like, oh my god! And as you're trying to push through it to get to the source,
to stop coughing and shit.
Too stress.
I'm on the limit.
So you resist it, you get it, but you're feeling it now, and you feel like.
Have you got that thing under control?
We need to get out of here.
We need to get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, we'll.
How are you leaving the house?
Through the kitchen window.
Not the doors.
There's a kitchen door out.
You can go out the way you come in, but if you want to go out the window, you want to go out the window.
Can I like go to the window and like survey to see if there's anyone like, because the window is like near the door.
Smart, very smart.
I would like to survey before we.
Vanny's like runs out and the Merrick's like, I'm going to look first. Yes, survey. Yeah, risky standards.
Risky standards. Survey. 3. Limited
effect. You reduced effect, I should say, which is delimited, and that you see figures moving around, but given that the dark clothing at night, in a land with no sun, it's hard to see really making out blurs of shapes who would actually where. Those lights are still moving at a fairly slow pace now. It's more like methodical sweeps, as opposed to any just randomly going over the place. But it's still you can't predict where it's going.
I've got
a
good idea.
This sweep of trying to find whoever's there.
I've got a good idea. Flashback. We asked Tombstone to find a entrance to the ghosts have highways to inside the grounds, not necessarily inside the house, but inside the grounds.
Yeah.
We told her to find one there, and she's worked on that in the meantime. Something like that. I can't take the flashback because I'm about to get stressed out. What stress flashback would that be?
Asking her to do it would be no stress. Asking her to do something like that. Right. But it's going to be stressful.
I mean, you have already asked her to do that in the last episode.
Yeah, I did ask her to find. Oh, I suppose I did actually.
Yeah, asking your crew to do something they can do normally is not stressful.
I just feel like
it might be stressful for her, but
it's going to be stressful for us going through it as well. I feel like because we're going to have to roll a tune.
Oh, you want her to get you an escape route?
Yeah.
Oh, I like
inside
it.
the room.
I really like it. I mean, she could probably lead a group action for you. And we'll see, depending on how well she does, what happens to you guys.
I mean, I don't think we go in there without knowing where the door was in the grounds.
Yeah.
So so we know where the door is, but she's gonna have to try and drag us both through, basically.
Yeah.
Okay, I think that's what we'll do.
Okay, so you asked Tombstone to get you an escape chute. I like it. Okay, cool. So Tombstone is considered an expert whisper. She gets 3 dice for what she does because she's very good at attuning.
Yes.
So she is a whisper. She's not a PC, but she's a whisper. She is your tier +1 when you got. I think it's Mad Jane, but she's also an expert. So she's on 3 dice. So let's roll 3 dice for her to see how well she did. Because the higher the roll, the more secure the passage.
Yes.
Alright, find us an escape route. Does she have any? Is it just here? This doesn't have a position effect.
So here's what's going to happen, right? Here's how we're going to do this.
Okay.
The roll's going to be inverted. So whatever you roll is your highest, that's how many roll. Whatever you roll, so if you're same as almost like a resistance roll. Whatever roll you get, I'll rephrase it. The ghost field's going to get 6 dice against you, minus the highest roll she gets.
Okay.
Right.
as a fortune roll.
Worth
Cool.
it.
I like this mechanic.
Worth
She's
it.
gonna do it.
6!
No.
There's 2 3s and a 4.
Oh,
Two, three,
I thought it was a 6.
So the ghost field gets 2 dice against you
Okay.
or a fortune roll to see how. Or
So how's
what
it go? So
happens.
are we gonna roll a tune to get out, or is it just gonna literally just?
We're just gonna roll and see what happens here.
Okay.
So it's gonna be a fortune roll.
It's gonna be a fortune roll.
Yeah.
The ghost
But
field.
it's almost like inverted, you know what I mean, to see because the dead have highways.
It's dangerous.
As the name suggests, is not ruled by the living, which is not friendly towards you. So while it allows you to escape very quickly, because this will get you out without any further rolls, you are travelling roads by which no mortal should pass.
Correct.
Cool.
And I hate it.
And you hate it. So let me just figure out how this best manifests in gameplay. Flip the rolls, because this could be something we could use in future, which I think we probably most likely will.
Yeah.
Um,
We'll see how well it goes first. We might just never
I'm
use
almost
it again.
tempted to roll the entanglement chart, but like only the occult ones. I only take the occult entanglements. I feel like that could be quite cool. Okay, let me see. Okay, fortune.
This is game design happening live.
Yeah.
We're hacking the game.
Well, I'll let you guys roll, 'cause it's always more fun.
No.
Yeah, it's a fortune roll. So, roll 2 dice and take the lowest.
There we go.
There you go.
Because it's flipped, right? You know,
Two dice take the lowest.
it's flipped. Yeah, we're flipping it round.
Okay,
If that makes sense.
I understand.
Like, if you obviously you guys want the higher dice because that means better for you.
This is going to be the one roll where we
Well,
don't
actually,
get
no, to be
too...
fair, like it's a fortune roll where you want the higher ones.
Yeah.
Like if that makes sense, but we're taking the lowest ones. Does that make sense? How we're doing it.
Is high good or is low good?
So,
Are we rolling to the
Explain
ghost
in
field
simple
now?
English.
right, if it was me rolling, the ghost field 1 to 6, the ghost field's going to try and hurt you.
Yeah.
It's dangerous. So, in that sense, then you want low results because a 6 the ghost field is going to be a good result for the ghost. If that makes
Yeah.
sense. I'll rephrase
I
it.
feel like that changes the probability though, because there's a 50% chance of getting low results
Yeah.
and a 1 in 6 chance of getting a 6.
Yeah.
So we should just roll for the
ghost field.
ghost field.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So imagine it's me rolling it
Okay.
and I'm
Yes.
trying to hurt you, which I'm not.
So high results are bad.
High results are bad. You want low.
Cool.
Yeah. Yeah.
English.
Yes. Yeah.
Ghost field
Yeah.
makes its attack.
Well done.
Four. Wonderful.
It gets a mixed result. The ghost field's result is mixed. Its highest one's mixed. Limited partial effect. Okay.
What is going on?
So.
The ghost field is
We
more...
should not mess with the ghost field. Should not have done this.
So. I mean, you're seriously getting tainted now. You're halfway there.
Yeah, you're going back in the ghost field. Oh God, this is worse for you. This is like...
So, as you are coming out of the back door, you've already asked Tombstone to open Nick and Nick they're looking for. You already asked her, you know, we need you to be here at this time, and you need to be ready and waiting and watching. You need to be watching for us so that we know.
Yeah.
And in very classic Tombstone fashion, which she's done before, she just appears. It's just like, bink, and she's there. Like when you first met her and she was there, then she was there, then she was there. In the darkness, she moved through the darkness like she wasn't there. And with just one of her several weird voices, it's like, hello, right, let's go then, shall we? Yeah, it's just that, what?
Yeah.
That voice.
What took you so long?
Yeah, so that you know, she wears the clothes, you know, she's hooded, she's cloaked, you know, it's that long hooded robes, big boots, baggy kind of ripped clothes at the bottom there, from where she's crawling on rooftops and running around. And you see like there's like strands of red hair coming down with a quite pale skin, because you can never tell how very old Tombstone is. You know, she was in the military for a few years, but it's hard to tell. And she earned that name from hanging around graveyards, which tells you all you need to know. You see her eyes blaze that like white blue rim on the edges as she basically touches you guys, and suddenly you just feel that warp transition between the world as everything reality goes and solid goes watery for a moment. And then you see the same shapes but ethereal. And then you see as she starts walking across the grounds, always where she walks, it's almost like when she steps in water, those ripples come out. And everything seems fluid and almost in motion, but where Tombstone is reality, it's hard. And as she steps, just the whole field around her being ripples. And as you guys do the same effect, as if something solid is moving through water. And as you do so, you realise that there are just spirits just moving, just hordes of them in rows. And as you move, they start to just become aware of you each passing step. And though it possibly takes you 5, 6 steps, if that, you're not sure how many it did take you. But they are the longest steps of your life. You count them, they must have been single digits, but they felt so slow and heavy as if walking through underwater or trying to run through treacle. And next thing you know, it's poof. You're in the sewers underneath the Silken Noose. But you don't feel like you passed through without something touching you. And you have the strong desire or urge to shower and bathe in very hot water for a long, long time. Almost as if the physical residue of the ghost field is on your person.
It's convenient, but we should never ever do that again.
I told Tombstone yesterday that I'd never do it again, and here I am.
Just stop.
Let's not make a habit of it.
And everything comes back into focus for you. So, in return to the ghost field's effects, I'll write down.
So there's nothing we know.
Are you putting this in your pocket?
I mean, it's nothing. You guys, as far as your characters are aware, you just need to.
I hate Matt's pocket.
I hate Matt's pocket.
You just don't feel like you're 100% there. I'm sure it'll pass with time, right?
Yeah. Whatever.
Jesus. I mean, last time I was in, I got strangled. So.
Yeah, that's when you went and fought with Tombstone and she was dosed up.
True.
She wasn't there protecting you.
True.
Yeah.
Yes, we must.
Imagine if she critted. Yeah, the dead have highways, man. You just travelled across the city in a matter of the moments.
We don't want to use that very much at all.
Convenient though. Think of the possibilities. I mean, yes.
Can I have a look at Merrick to see if
you can?
I want to study him. I want to study him. I already know there's something weird about him because he's been asking around these cults and clans.
Yeah.
And I saw that apparition of him as he killed Scope.
Can't get it out of his head, can he?
I can't get it out of my head. So I'm gonna, and especially because we've just done something quite arcane. I'm gonna study him.
Yeah.
Position effect.
I mean, what do you reckon? I think.
Seems pretty controllable in our base.
Yeah. You're looking at your friend.
You're looking at your friend.
Yeah. Yeah.
Do I look at you much?
I mean, I don't know if there'd be any physical tells, so I'd have considered it. I mean,
too what? When you roll position,
by my understanding, it'd be controlled no. But
Okay. How about as we go
to 0?
So we're all holding hands because Tombstone's bringing us through.
Well,
right?
she touched you to bring you through.
Yeah,
Once you're through, you're out. But you're not physically touched anymore. But you can be. What is it you want, by
So while we're in the ghost field,
Yeah.
could I perhaps try and reach with my mind or attune to Merrick's energy as we're in there?
Yeah, certainly try if you want. Yeah.
I like that.
What's that?
I like that.
I'm going to try and attune to him while we're in there because I know it's supernatural. I know that the thing that's wrong with him is supernatural. So why wouldn't I try and do that when that power is the strongest, which is when
absolutely. In the ghost field itself, yeah, absolutely.
So it's what?
When you're in the ghost field, though.
Oh shit!
You want to do it in the ghost field. Yeah. After when that's riskiest. That's riskiest.
Riskiest.
This will be desperate.
Desperate roll.
You're
doing it?
Yeah.
You're still doing it?
He's paranoid!
You are so, like...
Oh yeah, he is paranoid as fair. He is paranoid.
Yeah, but it's not going to give me
Look at your
stress.
stress.
He can't give me stress. Only I can give me stress.
I can give you stress. I mean,
you can give me level 3 harm. And
you
you
are desperate after all. I mean, you are a paranoid. I mean, you are trouble from your vice and troubles, man.
I have to take it.
I think desperate, and because you're in the ghost field, which what makes it desperate, it will be standard.
Yes.
It would almost, otherwise it would have been limited.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is it roll? 5.
5. You do
Consequence.
You do the
Not too bad.
Oh.
Not a cobra.
You ever heard the Nietzsche? You ever read any Nietzsche?
Nietzsche. No,
Yeah.
I haven't. No.
Are you done?
A little bit.
So one of my favourite phrases is be careful when you fight the monsters lest you become a monster yourself. And know that when you stare into the abyss also stares into you. And that is very much what Thadeus is doing here. He's staring deep and long into the abyss, and it stares back.
Tainted Thaddeus.
It
That's what
travels
we want.
across.
Just change the clock to Thaddeus.
How fucking paranoid would I be? Even more so if your taint touches me. For the arcane S. No, not yet! That is ridiculous!
Tainted TC!
Yeah, I think.
No! This is ridiculous!
No, you're not going to be tainted. It's not tainted.
Oh,
it's
come
It's not an STD.
It's not.
The Ghostfield transmitted disease.
Yeah, let's start another clock.
God.
How big?
Yeah, let's make this an 8 as well. And let's call this.
You're just like about to hit the resist button now. Like.
Yeah, let's call. Let's call this.
I didn't roll a 6.
Resist.
Let's call this. Lights in the darkness.
That was okay.
And tick 1 tick, please. And call that TC.
Yeah.
8TC.
1 tick.
1 tick, yeah. Lights in the darkness, TC 1 tick.
And how does this manifest as a thing?
Oh no, call it our light in the darkness. Our light in the darkness.
Is this a consequence?
That's it, yeah.
And what do I feel is the benefit of getting the 5?
What do you get as 5? Where's Tombstone is almost like. She's almost like a lighthouse almost.
Okay.
In a way.
Yeah.
Or a compass. It's this weird mix of guide.
Like a
and
grounding
pathfinder.
influence.
Yeah,
like
grounding. Yeah, that's a way to put it. You know, or like a divining rod. Like she seems to put away. Merrick, the sense you get, it's on the edge of your senses. It's not defined. You can't say or feel what it is in any coherent word or language.
Yeah.
But you get this almost like repulsion.
Yeah.
Not quite,
Mm.
but the same. You get the same feeling when you're around Harvale. Even when you didn't know what he or it was just that something is not right there. And it's the same, on a minor scale, on a far, but it's the same kind of itch, the same feel from Merrick.
Okay.
While he's in that ghost field.
Cool.
And you do notice far more drawn to him than your Tombstone. Of those spirits and heads that begin to focus on you.
Are they more drawn to?
Yeah.
Okay.
You're all drawing some attention. Like it's almost like you might pass through a crowd. Most of them don't notice you.
Yeah.
And as you go spend longer in here, more and more start to, and that's when you're thinking, oh, like how long? He's thinking, what would happen if they did start to notice you?
Cool.
Because it's almost like you're passing through the city, but running through the city, through walls, through buildings, just completely dissecting it, are these, lack of these highways of just throngs of people. Where they go to, you have no idea, and where they come from, you have no idea. They do not follow the roads of Doskvol. It's like Doskvol has its own map, and then it's just cutting through this city like just like scalpel slashes of just these roads where just these dead seem to just congregate and are moving, and you're using them to quickly jump across, and they don't know you're there.
Yeah.
And then as long as you spend there, more and more notice you, and more but focus on him in the middle.
Cool.
And then boom, 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 and everything comes solid again, and you're in the. You're both like one of you half, and you need to catch your breath. Tombstone standing there going, yeah.
You're getting good at that, Tombstone.
Oh, he's getting better. So yeah.
I think I've done everything I want to achieve in this session.
I think so. We are
Awesome.
never using that again.
Awesome. Well, guys, I think as Merrick and Thadeus recover, I think that's a good place to leave tonight. Tombstone standing above them, seemingly unaffected by tonight's events, as Thadeus is going to have some sleepless nights.
Definitely.
And it'll be interesting to see how Merrick feels.
That tainted clock's getting...
A bit hurt, to be honest, with my hand.
A bit hurt. And we will look at the consequences of this and of recent events.
We've laid...
I mean, like, in the matter of like 40 hours, you've had a massive explosion and now a horse been raided. I mean, that's a lot in this short space of time.
Yeah.
So, we will see the consequences of this play out in the coming episodes, in the coming weeks.
We turn into, like, despots. Like, retaliate with force and retaliate immediately. Like, and just, like, basically just scorch everything
Like
down.
arms raised, like, you hit us with and it just fucking destroy you.
Yeah, straight away back.
Yeah. So, yeah, I think we'll leave it there tonight.
Yeah, cool.
Awesome. Thanks for playing, guys. Thank you for hanging out with us. Do feel free to hang out after the credits, where we will discuss tonight's episode for a few minutes. Hang out for a little bit, run through experience. Next episode will be next
Sunday.
And then...
We just want to say every week, but... You know.
Yeah. And then Monday for part 2.
Yes.
So, if you want to get your blades fix on, you want to catch up, you can go on YouTube, go to Gamer. And we do have Betrayal Legacy, one of our new shows coming soon, which will be released on...
The 6th.
The 6th of March. Dan has
The
a very
6th.
tight schedule.
I do.
We believe in him.
I've got some editing to do.
And don't forget, you've got Cat Gill Hall every Thursday, also on YouTube, Go to Gaming, at 6 PM UK time.
You've got
Where we
should have 4 episodes.
Tabletop gaming. Yeah.
4
You want the
episodes.
best games of 2018, you want the worst games of 2018, you want games Lewis doesn't want to play based on the name alone.
That's a funny one.
Yeah. Games we're looking forward to. Every Tabletop Gaming, 6 PM Thursdays. So, guys,
That's it from me.
check it out from us. But I think that's everything from us tonight.
There you go.
Cool. We'll see you next time. So, as always, thank you for joining us. And until next time, from the foggy streets of Doskvol,
The ghostly highways.
the
of
ghostly
Doskvol.
highways of Doskvol, we'll see you in the dusk. Good night.
Bye.
Wait.
Awesome. Who wants to go first?
Is it Merrick's
do this.
turn?
It is my turn to go first. I had 0 desperate rolls, unlike your 2.
Sorry.
Address challenge with deception or influence. I mean, the whole Crabsgate thing.
Yep.
Yes.
Ghostwriters.
Ghostwriter, yeah.
To make episode
I've
up.
got myself a tier 3 novel.
You actually do have a tier 3
Amazing.
novel. I wish it was that easy, right?
Yeah.
Measure reckon one for that one?
Yeah, I can't think of anything else.
There was one in down.
I mean, I feel like the score might have been deception based had it not been desperate immediately.
Yeah, exactly. We could have maybe. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. I think we're always going to get that.
Yeah.
Belief, drives, heritage, or background.
Drives. Looking at drives.
Nothing jumps out at me. What do you reckon?
I'm just trying to think. Drives.
I mean, I think maybe the book thing falls more into this because that is around, you know,
It's belief in his
it's my
drive.
background almost.
Yeah.
It's the whole creating false identity thing.
Yeah, and you influence more deception with Crabs to do it, trying to find out. Oh, but to be fair, the whole thing with the grinders was deception influence. The whole thing with them is lying to put them under under the thumb. Yeah. Okay. Cool. So you got your hiding identity, the lying and deception with the grinders to put them under there, and speaking the Crabs.
Yeah, I mean, I really did like the book thing as well, so I think that deserves something because it's not superfluous. It might
no, it's perfect,
mean a term, but
genuinely you can go like, I've got a book, I'm a writer.
Yeah.
What's next?
I know words.
I know words. What's next?
So what are we saying? Like 2 for deception influence then?
Yeah, I think 2 for that one. Yeah.
And 1 for belief, drive, heritage, background.
Yeah,
Okay. Issues from vice or traumas.
No.
You need to get yourself a...
You're not traumatized yet.
A trauma.
I do need to get myself trauma.
You're not traumatized. Thadeus.
It's fun. Come join us.
He's so controlled, Merrick. He's
2
so
desperate actions. I did an insight desperate action and a resolve desperate action.
I like it when he's stressed out. It's so funny.
You address the challenge with technical skill or mayhem.
Yeah.
Plenty of that. Express your beliefs, drives, heritage, or background. There was quite a bit of that with the military thing. That's probably what you're saying. 1 for that.
Yeah, I think 1 for the military.
And then 2 for the technical skill and mayhem.
Yeah, I think so.
For the setting up the detonation and the bomb room and all the stuff with the mechanics and stuff like that. Struggles with issues from your vice or traumas.
I think 1 there.
1 there, from the trauma more than anything.
You'd have to do that, but the paranoia trauma,
Yeah, I'd say that's fair. So 4.
Yeah, that's right. And hawkers.
Acquire product supply, execute clandestine covert sales, or secure new territory.
No, this was a revenge mission.
Yeah,
Or hit.
Securing new territory. I mean, we've got a vice den.
We didn't do that this turn.
We didn't. We also
didn't
didn't get
time,
experience on it last time.
No,
Oh, did we not? Oh, sorry.
I can't for this one now.
Okay. So that's 1, is it?
So
Yeah, 1 for that one, yeah.
1 for that. Contenders charges above your current station.
Yes.
Another 1.
1 or multiple.
I think 1 for that one. It's you're dealing with a horde and it's a specific thing.
Yeah.
What about the whole?
There is the grinders as well.
Yeah. What about the whole setup or like conspiracy
I feel like
thing?
that.
We're not direct.
Oh, to be fair, no,
that's trying to dupe the police.
Yeah, too. I think
and
you are doing the grinders and even like these the blue coats.
Just
Yeah,
the
it's a
blue
big
coats,
challenge.
okay.
It's a huge
Yeah,
challenge.
we're not directly dealing with the grinders, but
No, but the challenge itself is quite a big one.
Yeah.
I think 2.
I say we're against the police more than anything, or the whole
the investigations.
Investigations, yeah.
So we get 2.
bolster your crew's rep or develop a new one.
Again, it was more
Professional,
clandestine, wasn't
ambitious.
it? This one.
Professional, ambitious. I mean,
I guess professional.
I feel like this is for you. Like no one knows about this, right? Like this is something you guys have done. It's not.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
there seems to be a lot we're doing covertly.
That's because you've got some personal lines in the fight at the moment.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, we're fighting fires on quite.
Yeah, and Crowsfoot's been at war.
Yeah.
I think 3 so far. So nothing done that.
We're keeping a low profile. So
Goals.
goals.
Yeah. Sorry, go ahead.
Express the goals, drives, inner conflict, or essential nature of the crew. There's definitely inner conflict.
Yeah.
I mean, but I guess
there is every term, so and it wasn't anything that put us at odds with each other really in this session.
True.
I didn't make a stand against a certain decision. We're all very much on the same page, I think, in this whole episode. So I'd say there's probably nothing there that jumps out at me.
Yeah, I think so. I think is it 3 so far?
3.
Yeah, it's alright for the crew.
Yeah.
Yeah, for the crew sheet, because it wasn't one like the crew this time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's interesting that you have those episodes where like it's all crew and very little character and vice versa.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
We've had one before with
even like each other's characters sometimes.
Yeah.
Like the last 2 have been very heavy for me anyway because it's just been to do.
And we had one before. I think you got like 2 or 3, and you got
exactly.
5, 6.
Yeah,
and then same with the crew. I remember the one to the whole. We got almost like everything got 2, 2, 2.
It does. The whole system does
Very
like
nice.
feel very, TV show-esque.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Because the TV show, you still get the episodes that are specifically around characters.
While having the overall
it's just
story.
it feels so cinematic. It's really good. It's
That's,
really well done.
that's the thing as well. Yeah, sorry, go ahead.
That's okay. Any upgrades or anything, any levels or?
No. I put a point. I maxed out my insight, so I'm going to put a point in study or tinker.
So Tinker, anything for you now? Anything you want?
Nope, nothing for me.
Nothing for the crew. So no upgrades this time. We had some last time.
Yeah, I kind of spread mine out a bit more and then get like 4 points in one go. So I'm just building it up in the background.
I think that's everything for tonight, then, guys.
Yep.
Awesome. Thank you for hanging out. Thank you for joining us. And I think that's everything for tonight's episode.
Yep.
So yeah, guys, we'll catch you next week. See you soon.
Cheers, guys.
Bye.
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 ever and on we go, never to learn or grow. Pillars of peace estranged. I guess some things never change.